So what was the decision behind calling the band Tacoma Narrows Bridge Disaster?
I don't know.
We spent a long time trying to decide on a name, which is because I don't think any of us were particularly forthcoming when we started this. I mean, we went through a few ideas which no one agreed on, and then one day Andy came in and just said, "What about Tacoma Narrows Bridge Disaster?" And there was a general consensus, apart from Tom,
Exactly, apart from me.
who thought it was too long.
I don't mind it anymore.
But it reflects something in the music that we have. It reflects a kind of a slightly apocalyptic disaster theme that runs through the music.
Yeah.
I saw the video of the newsreel of the bridge disaster, and I just thought, yeah, that's cool. Geometric kind of collapse, and that's sort of what I hear in the music when I listen to it.
What is the point of reference when you come to writing songs? Do you bring sort of an element or a riff into the studio or to the rehearsals?
It tends to vary, but the music kind of comes first, so we won't sort of think of a concept and then approach the music, come up with a riff that sounds good and sort of throw it around and get various little recordings of it down and expand upon it. And then later, once we've got sort of multiple songs, a sort of theme will start to emerge, and it's just after you've written the songs, encouraging that really. But yeah, just jamming, and I'll come up with an idea, I'll send it to these guys over the internet.
We'll shoot it down.
They'll shoot it down, and I'll just sort of, wedge it through anyway.
It's a lot easier nowadays. I mean, I don't know, about 10, 15 years ago, you couldn't send things over the internet and share things very easily. So Andy can write an idea, he can send it to me, I can write my bass parts to it, and it's just really easy that way.
So is it quite easy for you to refine your sound once you've got the songs written? Do you then go back and sort of look at each detail, or...?
Yeah, that happens.
God, yeah.
That happens a lot.
I mean, the way I do it is I write my basic bass lines and I use them in the studio when we rehearse and stuff, but then I sit down at home and I just kind of add those little details in on my own.
I mean, again, it's like a really organic process. We've been gigging for quite a while now, and there are things that I do now when we play live that weren't even in existence when we first started. So it's just kind of, in the rehearsal room, we try and not be too dogmatic about rehearsing, if that makes sense. Like, it's meant to be fun. And so through that, other ideas will come through, and if it works, sort of add that in for the live element. So look at the album as just a sort of snapshot of the music at a point in time, but it's not the definitive, at least for me, it's not the definitive version.
Did you self-produce the album, or did you bring somebody?
Oh, we just did it ourselves.
Yeah, it's just all done, really. We got Mehdi from Shell's Music to master the album. That was just like a sort of a fortunate coincidence that he was looking for material to master at the same time that we'd just finished the album.
I think he's still doing that. If bands out there...
He does still do it,
yeah. If bands out there want to get their stuff mastered, contact Mehdi at Shell's. He's pretty good.
But yeah, all the recording, all the editing was those guys, basically. We didn't get anyone else in.
Is it quite hard to be a band, DIYing and without big label management or representation? How difficult is that to sort of get your music out there and heard?
It takes a lot of commitment, for sure, and it takes a lot of time of our time. But I kind of like it that way, because then you don't really, you can do whatever you want with the music. You can do whatever you want with the videos. You can do whatever artwork you want, and it's all fun anyway. I think, because as a band we've got a set of skills. Jointly we've got a set of skills that kind of lets us do that, because we've done our own artwork on that album. We've done our own album. Now we're doing this video, and it is fun as well.
Well, I think it's just because we've, like I said, a few of us have been in bands a few years, and it's just we know what needs to be done and how much sort of work and effort goes into it. It's more than just turn up, play, and hope for the best. We realise that there's a lot of sort of you know, time and effort and commitment that needs to go and beyond that. And I think we're quite lucky that we're all sort of driven and sort of committed to it. And like Alex said, we've got different sort of sets of skills, so we just use the best skills that we've got to sort of make that happen and sort of, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me, and the best of luck for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks very much for coming down and being a part of this whole thing.